his chest. Out from all of the rest. Fastest gun in the West. Yippee-yi-yo, Cayenne, riding around your way. Here comes quick draw McGraw. The highfalutinist, fastest shootingest cowboy you ever saw. That's quick draw McGraw.
910, Big 550, KTRS. It's been a long week. All right. You know what? With the Schweik and the Ferguson and the Hancock I'm out. I got nothing left. I can't. I got no more vinegar in me this week. So, if you were listening in last hour, first of all, thanks for those of you who are tuning in to KPLR 11.2 and those who are watching on TV. We welcome you. Also, 11.2 on your channel 187 on Charter. That's how you get 11.2 KPLR. Or if you have an HD antenna and you've cut the cord, you're getting us in HD over the air. Also, don't forget our app. And don't forget stltoday.com. Go to the opinion tab. Don't forget to go to ktrs.com or download our app, one radio station, one app. And then, of course, you can certainly listen to us the old-fashioned way on your AM radio, Big 550 KTRS. So I know St. Louis is full of Catholics, and I know St. Louis is full of people who can't quite figure out what the whole Catholic thing is. As a cradle Catholic, I have experienced Lent for many, many years. When I was kids, you always used to give up candy, M&Ms, whatever it was, and right, I'm going to give up being mean to my sisters for 40 days, or I'm going to give up candy, or I'm going to give up. I know some people who give up drinking for 40 days, or give up sweets or whatever. And so last Friday, we had this luncheon at the station where they brought in Rib City. And they gave a special dispensation. Now, I've been to a couple of these things throughout the years where you're having some type of luncheon on a Friday during Lent, and they stand up and they say, yes, we've been given special dispensation from the Archbishop, and we're good to go, and so on and so forth. Now, I've never heard of a prayer or a saint to give special dispensation for Lent, so I don't know. I don't know how that works. If you've got to fill out the paperwork in triplicate, if you have to call the Vatican, or you just have to call down to the Archdiocese, I don't know how that works. But supposedly, last week at the station, we got special dispensation to have the barbecue beef. Which now, Heather, you're telling me there was plenty of fish there last week too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed the fish. Where was the fish? On the table somewhere?
Right before
the meat.
It
was?
Right before the meat.
Yeah.
Right next to the salad, which you also skipped.
Yes.
Yeah. There was probably more fish than there was meat.
That's because everybody was eating the beef. Because we were told there was special dispensation, right? Were we not told that, Heather? Are you Catholic?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't want to start a whispering campaign calling you Catholic if you weren't Catholic, so I wanted to make sure you were.
And you have totally outed her, though.
So you had the barbecue last week too?
No, I had fish.
Oh, okay.
I was really bummed out.
But wasn't it said that there was special dispensation for the Catholics to eat the meat?
No, I never heard that.
I didn't hear it either.
Did I just make that up?
I really
Probably.
think so.
Somebody told me that. Seriously, maybe John Hancock came in and whispered it to me that there was special dispensation. But meanwhile, I have been to places where you get special dispensation. So for argument's sake, let's say we did get it last week, because I'm almost sure Mark Dorsey said we did. Does the special dispensation last through dinner, or does it last only for the meal?
I think it's for people with medical problems.
But no. I've also
or people that honestly cannot get to anything else.
I understand that.
To be fair, we are also supposed to be fasting during the day too. And
no, that's not true.
Yeah, on Fridays during Lent, yes. We are supposed to be. So that big
Wait,
meal
no,
you had
no,
on
no.
Friday.
Hold on a second. When are we supposed to fast during Lent?
Oh, on Fridays.
No.
Yes.
No. Well, then what about all these fish fries at these churches?
That's late in the evening. You fast during the day. You had a big, huge meal at noon.
Well, you're not supposed to eat breakfast either?
No, it's supposed to be small meals, very, very tiny
Well,
meals.
small is
but
small is a
fasting.
relative term.
Well, sure.
I have been.
You loaded up that barbecue plate.
Guilty as charged. I've been
Piece
to.
of pie.
I've been to. Well, that didn't have any meat products in it.
No salad, no fish.
So I've been to luncheons where the archbishop has stood up, or the priest giving the prayer or the meal has stood up and said, "You have special dispensation to have the chicken or the beef or whatever."
Unfortunately, we did not have a member of the clergy
I
there
understand that. I understand that. But if you are given that dispensation for the day, not for a medical reason or not for anything else, but just you're a good lay Catholic and you go to this thing and you're given the dispensation not to eat the meat, does that count only for the meal or does that count for the whole day?
Shall we take a vote in this room?
I don't know. But I do know what the priests are going to tell me. If you have to ask, you already know the answer. Right. Which is the worst part about being a Catholic, because you're like, hey, can I do this? If you have to ask McGraw, you can't do it.
I think Heather and I vote that it was only for that meal, and your burger later in the day.
My burger
was
later in the day
questionable.
was also not only so.
Was it a good burger?
What about St. Patrick's Day was on a Friday? No, was St. Patrick's Day on a Friday? No.
No, it was
what
on a
happens when
Tuesday.
St. Patrick's Day is on a Friday? Are you not allowed to eat corned beef?
I think I have heard before, though, that there is a general dispensation for eating corned beef on St. Patrick's Day.
Okay, now that's threading the
No?
needle like I am threading
Well,
the
maybe.
needle. Yes. Special dispensation for corned beef on St. Patrick's Day.
Well, yeah.
Now,
It's tradition.
First of all, do you know that the St. Patrick's Cathedral in Dublin is not Catholic? It's Protestant.
Was it ever Catholic?
I don't think so.
What was there a fight over it? Was it
Yes,
one of those?
I don't.
don't
all
know.
I know is I went to go visit the St. Patrick's Cathedral in Dublin, and 3/4 of the way through the tour, I was like, "Wait a minute, this isn't Catholic." And my sister and I caught it at the same time, and we both looked at each other like, "I don't think this is a Catholic church." So I raised my hand. I was like, "Wait a minute, this isn't a Catholic church." And the guy was like,
Of course not, you
It's
fool."
it's Christian." And I was like, "Okay, yeah." So he was very.
How did you figure it out?
I don't know. I don't know. They were saying something and doing something. And I was like, wait a minute. Added up the years or the whatever else. And I was like, that's not what the Catholics say. That's not how the Catholics do it. And then it was like, wait a minute. This is the whole Protestant Catholic fight going on. Anyway, so one, if you have any insight into the special dispensation for Fridays for Lent, I'd appreciate it. But more importantly, I need to double up. Because I had so much beef last Friday, part of my penance that I'm giving myself is I have to go eat a nice fish fry today. So I'm looking for a great fish fry, and hopefully, maybe, I'll see you later today at your fish fry. But everybody, who doesn't love a good fish fry on a Friday? So, without further ado, 314-969-KTRS, 1-888-550-KTRS, or star KTRS. Those are the phone numbers. Also, the text line is now open. The Menino's text line, even though it's not officially the Menino's text line anymore. Text your comments to 84126. Text your fish fries to 84126. But tell us a good fish fry and tell us why and tell us where. And maybe, just maybe, we'll pop in later today. 314-969-KTRS, 1-888-550-KTRS, or star KTRS. Those are the phone numbers. The Low T Institute of St. Louis, ladies and gentlemen, that's where you want to go, because if you're suffering from low testosterone, do not go to some retail store and buy a bottle of pills and think you're somehow solving your testosterone program. If you hand somebody your insurance card and they look at you like you're crazy, guess what? Run in the opposite direction, because low T is a serious medical condition solved by doctors, not by a retail clerk at a pill store. Guess what? The Low T Institute of St. Louis has 2 locations, one in Chesterfield Valley, the other one in South County. Board-certified doctors on staff. Board-certified doctors will give you a couple of tests. When those tests come back, they'll then set you up on a FDA-approved testosterone treatment. In other words, covered by insurance, FDA approved. They are using and working with federal guidelines, which is safe and effective, unlike whatever else is going on out there. So, you're suffering from low T, low energy, a little more belly fat, and of course, you've lost that fastball. The Low T Institute of St. Louis, 314-254-9114 or lowtstl.com.
This is